most about, I guess, when you compare against Western Kentucky? What's on your mind?
Well, they're very talented defensively, very talented. Their back seven, the DBs and the linebackers, very experienced, very physical, very athletic. It starts with number 4, Jackson, in the middle. Boyd, the other linebacker, number 13, is very athletic. In the secondary, Dowling, number 1, is a transfer from Florida. Their corners are 3 or 4 year starters. Number 22, Robinson, I think his name is, very physical. They play with a lot of energy and with a lot of juice, and you know, they play football very similar to the way we like to play football, with great effort, with great intensity, with great passion. You can see that on video. They're an excited group, and you know, we anticipate that they'll come in. They won't be intimidated, and they're going to be ready to fight.
Are you less nervous about your team knowing you got a game under your belt and you know a little bit more about where they are heading into this game?
I wouldn't use the word nervous, but you know, I know a little bit more about our skill sets and our playmakers and how we'll handle things when the lights go on. But as we've always said, it's a process, and from day one to the end of the season, we're looking to improve with every practice, with every game, and this is just the next step in the process.
How much of a step up is this in competition this weekend?
It's a very, very big step. They like I've said, they're a very talented defense, and I think if you asked any of our players across the board, they would tell you the same thing.
What makes Andrew Jackson such a good player?
He's physical. He's very explosive through contact. He's very quick, closes space very quickly. He's one of those players that has a great feel for the game. He understands blocking schemes. You can see him, you know, just maneuver his body and dip when he needs to, or run through a potential blocker when he needs to. You know, he's an instinctive physical football player.
Does he remind you of anyone you've seen in the past?
Not off the top of my head. And you know, I think he's making a pretty good name for himself.
Mike, with Deveron's injury, who do you ask to step up there, or who can't step up in the slot there?
Well, we talked to all of our guys about just being ready to play, preparing every day as if you're going to be a starter. And it's no different from the group that you saw last Saturday, no different from the group that's out there practicing every day. Obviously, at that slot position, Alt Howard, you know, we're expecting him to be a playmaker. Johnson got some good snaps last Saturday, and he should fill in pretty well.
Who'd you say first? I'm sorry. Who'd you say first? Who'd you say first? To his question, I couldn't hear you.
Alt Howard.
Okay.
Yeah, and obviously we don't know what's going on with Devon yet, so we'll see how things go.
Vince Dallas, he's got
right.
some experience.
Vincent Dallas is a guy who can play multiple positions and who's been around a while, so he can fill in really wherever needed.
I know Pruitt works the slot as a bigger guy in preseason camp. Can he slide back down there?
Sure. You know, we teach our offense conceptually, so it's important for all the guys to know where all the pieces of the puzzle fit into the pass plays, into the run game. So I think when they learn it conceptually, they're able to move around a little bit more easily.
What have you seen out of Justin this week now in the game as the starter as well?
I think a little more confidence, but again, it's a process. We're always, you know, he was efficient last Saturday, and we're looking to build and improve on a daily basis.
In terms of a couple of those, there weren't many deep shots that were taken. I think Justin was just a little bit short on a couple of them. Is that something you've seen before with him, or is that just something happened that night?
I think it's just particular to that night. He's actually pretty good when it comes to his touch and accuracy on deep ball location, so I don't see it as a long-term problem.
In terms of the running game, is this what you wanted to see, or is there more work to be done?
Again, you walk away from that game, obviously you can always get better. You know, as well as we may have executed, we'd like to see better ball security from our running backs, even though we only put the ball on the ground once. In general, the ball was away from our body a little bit. We want to finish blocks at the second level. We want to, you know, be more physical at the point of attack. So we're always looking to improve every day.
Mike, there were issues on this team last year with motion penalties and that kind of thing from the offensive line. As a coordinator, how good does that make you feel when you didn't see any of that Saturday night? And how fearful are these guys to not make those even small missteps that start adding yards to the other teams?
We always preach attention to detail and focus, and that was evident. You know, Coach Jones obviously runs a very disciplined program, and being penalty-free is part of discipline. So we preach it every day, not just on the field, but in the meeting rooms, in the weight room, throughout our entire program. And that was evident in the performance on Saturday, and obviously we need to build on that and continue to play at that level.
you're probably going to need 4 quarters out of your guys this week as opposed to last week. How much different is that going to be for them to know you're going to have to stretch them out rather than play the first half and let them rest a little bit?
It's part of the program. We emphasize competing for 60 minutes. We emphasize making conditioning a factor. Again, Coach Lawson does a great job in our weight room, and we want to make sure that we're playing with a tempo and with a level of strain that will help us get through those 4 quarters, and that will be a competitive edge for us.
What kind of scenario might you go to a second quarterback in this game?
In terms of
just what scenario might lead you to play your second quarterback?
Injury, number one.
But if it takes having your best guy in there for 4
Sure,
quarters,
we're always going to do what we need to do to
that.
win. I think that's first and foremost. But we have a lot of faith in Justin, and he's done a good job, and I'm sure he'll continue to do a good job.
Were there any guys on that number 2 offense that kind of opened your eyes a little bit in that game, or said, I kind of like that. I'd like to get them in the mix?
Well, Matt Crowder came in and competed his butt off. I love that. I love his mentality and what he brings to the table. He's a smart player, and he really came in and stepped up his game and got some valuable reps there. It was good to see Paul Harris make a difficult catch. We always talk about making the difficult play, and he was able to do that. And then just some freshmen in general came in and got valuable reps. The more they can get exposed to that, the better off they will be in the long run.
What did you think of Nathan's performance in the second half?
Nathan again managed the game. I'd like to see better ball location on some of his throws, but some of the things that might not be so evident, I was very happy with. He came in. He's a very intelligent player. In the run game was right on with all the checks and procedurally really did a good job of coming in and managing the offense.
I know it was probably a good opportunity to get a lot of different players in during that first game, but would you have liked to see Rajon and Marlon maybe carry the ball a little longer or play a little longer? Is there any downsides?
I'm happy we won. I think first and foremost that's our goal, and it's a long season, and every rep is valuable. As long as they're continuing to improve from snap to snap and week 1 to week 2, that's important.
Hey, Coach, the 2 linebackers, 13 and 4, what kind of challenges does it present when you have 2 pretty darn good linebackers?
They are very good. Both of them are very good. And we've challenged our guys to step up their level of physicality. Number 4 is going to come, and he's going to be disruptive at the point of attack. He's going to chase things down from behind. And same thing with number 13. He's very athletic. And, to a certain degree, will make you miss when you think you have your sights set in on them. So our guys are well aware of their abilities, and we've made it very clear about what we need to do to be competitive this week.
And then with Dowling, a safety like that when he's on the field, how do you don't want Justin keying in on that, no, but how do you know to make sure he's aware of
Well, it's very important for Justin to be aware. We talk about Dowling does a great job of keying the quarterback and reading route concepts. And we need to make sure that we do a great job when it comes to how we control defenders with our eyes or with our shoulders, or the simple innuendos of body language that can help hold second-level defenders, whether it be secondary or linebackers.
What did you think of Jonathan Johnson? The way he came out there, it looked like he made a couple catches, got in space a little bit, made some tough plays.
Right. He executed what we had asked him to execute. He did make the one difficult catch on the outcut, which was nice to see. As I've often said, in this offense, we're looking to get the ball into the hands of those guys that can do something with it. And Jonathan demonstrated that, hey, the ball doesn't have to be perfectly thrown right at the numbers or right at the face mask. He can open his hips and make the catch on the ball behind him, and we were able to execute the first down on that one particular shot.
Thank you.